Okay guys, we got the brisket here that I'm going to show you. We're preparing. It's a pork brisket. Going to cut along the sides here. Let the mustard and stuff go into it a little better. I feel that whenever you do that, I like to cut it crossways. I like to put a little mustard along the tops and sides and bottoms. That just helps my rub set in there a little better, attached to it. Doesn't want to fall off as much. You can tell, just try to rub it in the holes and the portions all over it. You will not even taste the mustard once it's done. Got my homemade barbecue rub rib there. Kind of hard to open with one hand. Just sprinkle a liberal amount of it on there. I feel that you can't put too much of it. If you do want the recipe, like and subscribe. Let me know you done that. I'll be happy to give you the recipe. Fairly simple little recipe. Tastes pretty darn good on it. It helps brown the meat and stuff too. Okay, we're gonna turn it over onto the back side now. Put a little bit of mustard on it. Almost forgot to score the back side of it there. I'll go ahead and score it. Put several cuts. It just gives it a way for it to get down in there to help it, attach to it, and the seasonings and all get into it. This is a nice little beef brisket here that we're going to make some pulled pork out of. I actually started this about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and it did not finish until about 5 o'clock in the morning. Cooked it at 220 degrees is what I ended up cooking it at, and then after about 4 hours, or before, when it reached about 160 degrees, I went ahead and boated it, put it into a pan. The pan actually you're seeing right there on it now, put it into that same type pan after it's cleaned up. Boated it, put aluminum foil on top of it, saves them good old juices for it, and it made it delicious when you pour that on top of it. Gonna cover it with some Reynolds wrap now. This is the night before. Cover it with some Reynolds wrap, put it in the refrigerator, let it set overnight. This would have been on Friday night of cover it up good, put it in the fridge. Then we'll go out to the smoker. Bring it out to the smoker. I already put it in there, put the heat probe in there. I like my iGrill. It is fantastic. It keeps track of my temperatures and all. There it is right there, the iGrill. It is great. Bluetooth to your phone, and hook that all up. She's been cooking for about an hour there. It's a beautiful day outside. I think that day it hit about 60 degrees. Couldn't get a better day. Okay, this is unfortunately 5 o'clock in the morning once it finished. And here I'm just going to pull the brisket. As you see, it just fell apart right there. There you go to pull the bone out. Look how nice and easy the bone came out. I mean, the bone, it just fell off. Had a few pieces. Take a couple of forks there. I'll move it over to the aluminum foil that I had covering it. Move it over to the aluminum foil that I had covering it. As you can tell, it's just falling apart. Could not have asked for a better cook. Here I pulled the pork, as you can tell. Also got any extra fat off of it that was on it, which helps it dramatically. I mean, I like a little bit of fat, but not a whole lot. I'll just let you sit here and watch me pull some of that off. I did it for a little bit here. As you can tell, it just pulls off just as easy as can be. And on my videos, whatever you guys like, I want to try to do it to where you guys like it the most. Let me know if you like how I had a longer video, you want me to talk during the video. I've kind of gotten to where I've got a new microphone all set up where I'm doing my video recording and not talking, and doing the talking afterwards, kind of explaining. Makes it a little easier on me. But if you guys want me to talk during the video, that'll be fine. Just in the comments down below, just let me know that's what you'd like for me to do. Get another good piece of that pork there, and I mean literally it just falls off. I'm just using a couple regular kitchen forks, and as you can tell, I mean it just falls right off the rest of the meat, and the taste of it was delicious. The smoke got into it, couldn't ask for better. Didn't have a whole lot of fat on this one either. There was just a tiny bit of fat that was on it. When I started out, as you could tell in the first video, it looked like tons of fat on the back of it. I guess all that from watching the videos that I've seen, it kind of more or less melts and makes all the juices in the bottom. Someone had told me what it was called, but I don't recall what it was called. There again, it is just delicious. Actually, whenever I shut the video off, there's a portion of the fat right there that came off. And whenever I pause the video here in a few seconds to drain some more of it, you'll see my cat in the floor where I'm feeding him kind of some of the meat that had the fat and the meat on it. And the cat, he just loved it. It was worth the getting up at 5:30 in the morning to do this, because the next day we had it heated up a little bit in the oven. It was great. I think I may even do our leftovers, put them in the freezer, pull them back out on Super Bowl Sunday, and warm it back up. If you've never made nachos, oh, it is good with nachos, some cheese on it. Here's where you'll see me take the pitcher, and I will pour all the juice inside the pitcher. That's for later use. Once I get it all fixed up, I will pour the juice back over the top of it, because that'll add a lot of flavor back into the meat, make it juicier. And I would say it was about a quart jar of juice is what I got off of it for boating it for about 4 hours. I'll pause the video here. Now there we go, we got it all done. As you can tell back there in the top left hand corner, you can see the cat on the floor. He's enjoying it also. Pour the juice just kind of all over the top of it there. Of course, I had to have a sandwich at 5 o'clock in the morning just to try it out. There's our cat Blackie down there. He is really liking it. Gonna put some tinfoil oil on it. Didn't want to wake the whole family up in the middle of the night to eat it. I'll tinfoil it. We'll warm it up on what would be Sunday to eat it. Go ahead and like, subscribe. If you liked the video, tell me why you did, why you didn't like the video. Give me some feedback on what I could do better. I appreciate your comments. And thank you much.